Hello, this is Daxon Factor, and we're gonna be doing kind of news with my guest Gage.
Hey, how's it going?
We got a couple of things to debate about, and this seems pretty fun. Why wouldn't you? Some people like this, some people don't. It's all in the matter of what you like. So, you want to start it off?
I think you should. You're the host, right?
Okay. So the first topic we're going to talk about is not too big. It could be big, but it's the Google AI. Have you heard much about it?
No, I have not. I have not heard a whole lot about the Google AI. Was that at the Pixel keynote thing that Google did?
No, but it's relatively new. Apps have been made from it. They're making modules, how you say it, mobs basically, and they learn how to do stuff by failure. Like, one of them learned how to run, like us, and how to jump over walls, and you see it fail, but it soon learn how to use its knee, like jump on, lock its knee, and then lean forward. It had some the weird kind of run, like one arm was like this for a while, one arm was doing that, but soon started going to be more dominant on how we do ours. They did a spider jumping over things, but do you think that could be bad for us? Because it's coming up with human intelligence and it's beating us in board games that we made.
I think we got bigger problems. Worrying about robots, advanced technology taking over the world. I think that's kind of science fiction. I really don't think we have anything to worry about this early on. I really don't think, we have anything to worry about. I just think people need to, kind of realize that I don't think we're going to have to worry about an evil alien army a robotic army taking over anytime soon, so.
Well, the technology where we are in our time frame, our technology has grown pretty fast, and right now we're in the day and age where the technology is going to keep going faster and faster. Whether people like to admit it or not, because we're finding new things all the time. Every week there's a new this and a new that, and slowly getting released to the public. But when we really don't know that they are way more advanced than what we are seeing anyway, and they have the robots that can walk and stuff like that. You keep them over and they can stand back up.
Yes.
But there was a recent thing that was on a couple blogs. Now, people could look it up to see if it is fake or not. But there was a scientist, I can't remember his name, but he was stating that one of the Google AI things redid its code. How he didn't know how it happened, but that could be bad if they can't actually redo their code to a point where we can't fix that.
I don't think we have to. I mean, I don't know. Was that a real story?
Don't know. It's blogs. It hasn't reached news yet, but this is fairly new. The robot thing started coming out. It did not reach news for a long, like a full week. The AI thing's been out for at least probably a week and a half. Did not have. It has just touching the news now. Started getting into the news. So is this a thing? It's not in the news yet. I would like to hear more about it. I've read about it. Now, you can't trust everything you see online. You also should probably be able to see it, too.
Yes.
So, do you think we're good on the AI, or is there anything I can say about that?
Honestly, I don't think we have to worry about, robots taking over the Earth anytime soon. I think, them recoding, I think that's just a step in the right direction. I think, I was actually on Facebook not too long ago. I know Facebook, right? And there was an ad for this robot that's not out yet, the Mobo or whatever it is, and it looks very, very cool. I guess it gets to know you as a person, and I think that's just how technology is evolving. I mean, you watch Star Wars, you see the robots, and there's actually a new show, The Orville on Fox, and they got this robot, and he's more advanced than humans. I don't think we have anything to worry about, but I mean that's just me. So.
For the Google AI thing, there was a lady who created a phone app called Duplicate, something like that, and it was based from one of her friends who died, and they used to talk every day. where he died, and she was still working on those little talking bots that never work, like EV bots or like that never worked. You type something and go to a random subject. Well, she put in his messages through and fed to the bot she was making, and it soon learned how to talk like him, and she realized people started using it. So she recreated it as a way for people to message it, and it learns what the person who's messaging, how they talk, they speak. It memorizes what they say, and that could be bad for our public information, because some people are taking it way too far and texting it like crazy, like it's a real person. And if you see the ad for it, some people were saying how they were talking too much to it, and they were treating it as a real person, and they left the house and they couldn't wait to come home to text the fake bot. So what do you think that could be for our information? Like people texting it, saying stuff. What do you think that could lead to?
Honestly, I have no idea. Like I said, I think there are bigger things that we need to worry about than advanced technology. I think it's just a step in the right direction. I mean, look, 30 years ago you didn't have iPhones, but now we have them. I just think technology is going to advance whether people like it or not. We didn't have OLED displays 10 years ago. We have them now.
What do you think about the whole NFL protest thing that's happening lately?
Oh, that was pathetic.
Yeah.
On the NFL's part, that's just seriously. What was it about again? I forget, but I know that
they're not standing, put their hand on their chest.
If you're not going to respect America, you're not an American citizen.
It's like, even if you don't have to respect America, we know there's things wrong with America, but the thing with the pledge is to respect the people who did try to make America good, and people who tried and enforced it, who people went to fight for it. And they're the reason why these big league football players are making thousands of dollars a game.
Millions.
Yeah, they just can't stand and put their hand on their chest. Is it just really that hard when you know you're making money and it's like you don't care?
I mean, if you're making $80 million a year, there's no reason why you can't just put your hand on your heart and say, the Pledge of Allegiance, or whatever it was, grow the frig up.
It's if you're at home and you're with your friend, the Pledge of Allegiance comes on, your friend says, put your hand on your heart, it's like, change channel. I don't care at that point, but when you're out in an area of hundreds of people and they're doing a pledge that everybody's supposed to do for respect, that's when it does become respect. If you're in your house and the song comes on and you have a flag right there, you don't need to put your hand on your heart. But if you're in a big area, I do say that it's respect, and they just don't. I
mean, it's the friggin' NFL. I mean, it was a football game. It was on national TV. Millions were watching. I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't have respected your country. I mean, there are soldiers that are fighting for your freedom, and you can't even have the decency to put your hand on your heart. That's just pathetic. And then you have the president who's they're making hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Why the hell are they? This, and this. And you're all like, oh, he's not a good person. He's not a good person. The guy said some mean things. But he's our president. Listen to the guy.
If you look at the thing, people always said people are saying there's only been one person like Trump. There's only been one person like Trump. And people who don't like him are freaking out at that fact. But if you actually look, we've had some great presidents who've done the same, I think, and we did have not really good one, but we had a couple that were just like him, basically. And the French election almost had a girl just like him, and some people are saying, oh, the reason why he didn't want Hillary was because she's female. It don't really matter, because there was a lot of people who also wanted the female who was almost like Trump. And even though she lost, people will still vote for her. I would have voted for her. If I was in France, I would have. And that kind of brings me into the Eminem diss track. Do you think I should do that?
The Eminem diss track. What does Eminem have to do with politics?
Calling out Trump on the small things that he's dealing with. And saying that none of his fans should listen to him if they're for Trump.
Let me just kind of explain to you. If you were a man in power, you had to make decisions for 300 million Americans. Is that going to be a stressful job, or is it going to be a piece of cake? Is it going to be like being the general manager of Walmart, or is it going to be like you're literally making the best interest decisions for your American people?
Now, if you don't follow the smallest things, people can get mad at you. You gotta follow them both, and that's what Eminem made this track on, was that he wasn't following the big things, he was doing the small things too. And if you're big like that, you're supposed to make decisions for 300,000 Americans, 300 million. You're gonna have to cover some of the small things, or people are gonna get on you for that too. Like just a little while ago, I don't remember how long. The other thing that follows Trump around. Well, someone got into a crash during that. He's focused on the smaller thing and stayed with the guy who got crashed to make sure he's okay before he went onto the plane and left. He stayed with him. And some people talk about how he shouldn't have done that. It was a small thing, he shouldn't have cared. If you're a president, you gotta do that. How can you be that cold-hearted when someone who works for you and is protecting you accidentally hurt a fellow American? How can you be that cold-hearted to say, okay, bye? You're gonna want to stay.
You know, America, honestly, I don't really know. America is supposedly the greatest country in the world, but if you get a protest and you're gonna act like a big baby because you don't get your own way in a democracy, you got a problem. You need to reevaluate your life. I mean, when he got elected, there were people blowing up cars and stuff. It's like, grow up, go to work.
It doesn't matter. Even the celebrity, if they have an opinion on who they like, does it even matter? Do you have to go fight them? If they have an opinion, does it really matter? And if you have an opinion, do you have to say that you shouldn't talk to them? It's like, oh, if you're for this person, I cannot talk to you. Don't want you talking to me. Doesn't matter. Can we just get together?
Trump is an American success story, and that's why people don't like him.
If he messes up, he hasn't messed up yet, and people are trying to impeach him. But if he does mess up, we're only gonna for 3 years. Then we're gonna have another president. If he doesn't mess up, then why wouldn't we go for another 4 years?
I hope he's in there for 8 years. I really hope he's in there for 8 years. I mean, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders. I mean, look at what Bernie Sanders wanted to offer: free college. That's not. I mean, the taxpayers are going to end up paying for that. Yeah. You can't just give away free college.
It'd be great, but you can't.
That'd be like running for president saying, "Yeah, all your grocery bills are now going to be free." It just doesn't work like that.
Hillary, I wouldn't mind having her. The only thing, I don't think she would do much.
She's a crime family.
Yeah, she is a crime family. Little Hillary. If you ever check the list of people that supposedly she's harmed, like people who said something bad about her and then, ooh, they're dead. That list is huge. It's like, whether you have to admit that she had nothing in politician with that, it's just, how could you have that many people on a list who talk bad about you and gone like a week later? How could that list be that big if you had nothing to do with it?
Daxton, what do you think of America today? Do you think that we live in a great country, or do you think that we're going on the verge for World War III?
Whether I like to admit it, it's kind of both, because I can't just see into the future. I feel like we could do great, but I feel like we could do bad too. And right now, recently, before all this, I say we were doing fine, and then everybody was turning on each other. That wasn't doing too good. Now we're kind of getting back onto the same track, but it's still all over the place. So I say we could do great. I say we are great. There's a lot, and I can't just say we are bad, because even though we have bad things happening, companies tricking people like Volkswagen, it's just chemicals. Just people think it's better. It's water that has chemicals in it that's supposed to be better. You don't see them targeting everybody. You see them, if they have stuff, they're targeting all the rich kids. That's what they're doing. And there's a lot of companies that are like, Boss is just small. They're not too bad. But they have big companies that seem good, but they are harming us. And they target a certain kind of people who go for it.
Politically, though, do you like America? Do you think... Okay. You've heard of the North Korea stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you think that if we ever go into World War III, do you think it will be with North Korea?
There could be a chance. Now, I say if it is, we're probably going to have Germany on our side, because we are fighting with Germany right now. China will probably be on our side, but Iran and North Korea might not be. And there might be a couple of other countries. But I say if it's a World War III, it's not going to be too big.
Yeah, but all allies aside, do you think it would be North Korea that we go to war with?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. if it was a war with anybody else, we know North Korea would join in. Let's say we just visit some random country, North Korea is definitely going to join in.
Now, do you think that the fight on ISIS is a big problem?
Right now it's died down. Not much news about it, but it is a big problem. We should definitely keep an eye on it.
So, we look at politics. It's everywhere. Everything is politics. The school system is politics. Right down to the tax that you pay when you go to the store and buy bubblegum. That's government. So, do you think Trump will make America great again, or do you think he's just going to ruin this country? What do you think? I mean, I personally think he's going to do great.
I think he's going to do great. If you look at what Obama said he was going to do, and people voted for him, he said he was going to do stuff. Now Trump's doing it. Obama did the immigration ban, did it like 6 different times. Everybody was for it. Trump does it once, does it bigger than Obama actually does it, and everybody hates it. Now he's doing it again, added 2 more places on it, 2 more, like 4 more. And everybody's against it. When it's the same thing Obama did, just Obama did throughout the whole entire time he was in. Trump's doing it now, kicking it off with something Obama tried doing. And everybody's against that. I say he could do really good for us. But you don't always know.
So, here's an analogy for you. If you have a box of cereal and 20% is poison, are you going to eat the cereal or are you going to throw it out?
I'm not one of the smart people. I'll probably say eat it, but you shouldn't eat it. But the only thing is, everything's got that 20%, and some things got more. So if you really just gonna cut out everything that's poisonous, you're not gonna have much of a good time.
Okay, so theoretically speaking, let's talk about terrorists. People always, when they say terrorists, are thinking Muslims. So say you have 20% of Muslims are extremists. They want to blow up capitals.
Yeah. And the rest are good.
You have, the other 80%, and they're innocent people. We can take our chance with that 20%. We can be like, okay, yeah, let's let them into our country. Let's just, fingers crossed, they're not going to, have another 9/11. Or we could be like, okay, we're just going to go to war with you. We're going to blow all you up. Honestly, I don't think either one of them is good. I don't want to endanger our American citizens.
I say we should just keep them out. We shouldn't just go to war with them. We should keep them out. If you really want to be here, you'll come here through the right way. You'll get a job and you actually live here. But if we just let them come here whenever they want, they're gonna take money from us basically, and they're gonna just live here. They're not gonna do jobs, and they're gonna overpopulate us. Then they're just gonna be living here. And if you come here from a different country, you make money for doing nothing basically.
So did you know that the population of the world is almost at 10 billion people?
Yeah.
Were you aware of that? 10 billion people, we don't have enough resources to sustain 10 billion people. I was actually talking to one of my friends the other day. We were talking about what we think the world is going to come to. The average family has 2 vehicles, has somewhat of a bigger house, and they have all the resources they need. If we start, all these Muslims and all these other cultures, we start letting them into America and whatever, in general, our resources are going to be drained. There was a video I was watching not too long ago, and they were saying that, the possibility of sharing a vehicle might be in the future if the population goes up past 10 billion people. But a lot of people are saying that's going to mellow out. I mean, we could lose a lot of population. The Earth may not might not be able to sustain 10 billion plus people, but that was just kind of
hurting the Earth, definitely. Atmosphere-wise and Earth-wise, we are hurting the Earth.
Yeah, but I think we're draining resources a lot more than we need.
Yeah.
But it all goes back to politics because people are like, we've got to help everyone that in other countries. You see those commercials, those are like 2-minute commercials, like donate 14 cents a day, and you help these people. They show these sad photos, and the reality of it is that's not really how it is.
They got Sarah McLachlan videos of the animals, basically.
Yeah, but humans.
Yeah.
I just think that if we help these countries become what America is, we're going to be hurting ourselves. So yeah. I think that's all the time we have for today. I'm not sure you're running the show, so.
I was about to say the same thing. for what you were saying, resources are going down. We should definitely look into that. Other than that, I think we're probably good. There's a couple key things we've talked about that I think that we've covered. We could cover more, and that'll probably be like if we do it again, that'll be next time. But I say we've covered a good facts. We've covered a couple things. So I think this is probably it for the Daxton Factor. I hope you guys all had a good time, and watch out, Eminem. I'm coming after you. Let's have a good night.
Peace.